Cheap Thoughts Podcast. So, what was it like when you told your parents that you started smoking weed?
Well, at first, my mom, she's like recently turned very evangelical Christian. So, she's like very strict on religion, but she has very much calmed down like as I was growing up. At first, bro, my mom, I got a crazy ass Dominican mom, or she was crazier than now at least, but she calmed down. My dad, he was like not with it as well, but he was more accepting of it, I guess, considering like I feel like he's smoked weed before. Especially now, like he'll ask me weird questions about weed where it makes me question, does this man like smoke weed without me knowing? Like, how could you not smoke with your only daughter?
That's no, I don't know. Like, I don't imagine a world where I could ever smoke with my dad because my dad
Yeah.
is like, he's so strict off of it. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a Dominican thing or like it's illegal over there. But my dad tweaks when it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, when it would be about that. Anything related to weed, he just tweaks. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what makes him so angry about it. But maybe he does need some weed in his life. Who
Well,
knows what kind of man he would be?
well, you have to think about like how old was your dad when he was your age?
What?
Like, when was your dad? He was in his
How
50s,
old
right?
was how old was my dad when he was my age?
I mean, what was the year in which your dad was when he was your age? Is what I meant. I'm sorry. I'm like
If I'm correct, maybe like 90s. Nine,
90s.
yeah, 95 maybe. Yeah, I think he was my age around
How
that
old
time.
is he
He's
now?
50 now.
He is
So 30 years
no.
ago, yeah,
30 years ago,
it
he
was
was
the
in like it.
90s.
It was like
It
the
was like the 90s. It's
90s,
2023.
90s or 80s. Now let's do the math right now.
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm too
Because if
high for
he's
that right now, to be honest. But I do know that it was like 90s, 95. He was like in his my age kind of.
all right, so since my mom, she grew up in like the 80s and stuff. So back in the day, she had seen a lot of people that would smoke weed and then they would turn to other drugs. So that was basically her biggest fear. And she just didn't want me falling into other patterns of taking other drugs.
Like, I don't understand how parents think like, oh, they when someone smokes, like they're immediately delinquents or they're somebody bad. Like, people that are high don't always hurt people. If, in fact, like there's millionaires out there who smoke all the time, and they may not be the best person, but like, I mean, they smoke weed, they make money. Like, my mom automatically thinks that if I smoke weed, I'm not gonna be successful. Like, that's the vibe that they give off. Like, that's the way they look at me. Like, I'm some sort of, I don't know, like someone that's not doing their thing. Like, I'm still being active. I play soccer. I'm filming. I'm having
Right.
fun.
Right.
But
I'd always tell my parents, like, because my mom was so worried of me, like, not being productive while I was getting high and stuff. But I'm like, Mom, I literally got my driver's license high. Funny story, actually. I actually brought it. This is the fucking, this is my probationary auto license. And it's literally, bro, I literally had an edible the night before and I smoked like 30 minutes before my driver's test before I took this photo of myself.
Jesus
And
Christ.
if you look at my face, like I need you to actually look at this. Like,
Toss it, toss it.
all right.
Just like a frisbee. All right. Well, I mean, I would get up to get it, but I'm too lazy. I'm too high right now.
Oh, damn.
yo, yo.
Just say my aim sucks.
No, it does. It does.
Okay.
But I was gonna say, yeah, no. Like, I really wonder what it'd be like if our parents actually smoked weed. I wonder if things would have been different. If they would have been more like understanding. Maybe they would have been angrier. Who knows? Because people sometimes when they withdraw, like they feel like, they get mad or like irrational, but that's not everybody. And I guess I can see how parents think that could be us, but I feel more pressure on me when they're like asking me like, "Oh, are you about to smoke? Are you about to smoke? Are you about to go do this? Like, leave me alone." Like, that makes me anxious. That makes me more not irrational, but that makes me more like mad. But then they look at me like, "Oh, it's the weed that's making him like that." But it's
But
not.
I feel like the weed definitely helps me calm down. I feel like, you know, a lot of people suffer from like anxiety and depression and stuff. And I feel like weed definitely helps you like calm down and have your brain less stimulated from like all of the events going on in your mind.
Yeah, like I feel like a lot of people got a lot of shit to deal with, and it's
Word.
like,
Shit, my mom need to smoke.
yeah, honestly, like I've seen my mom stressed sometimes. I've seen my dad stressed a lot, but like I bet you if they did it, they wouldn't be as mad anymore. But honestly, I wouldn't see them the same either. It wouldn't feel like they're like, I don't know. It
But
would be so weird seeing my parents smoke. Like it's like they're so strict about it for so many years. Seeing them smoke, it'd be scary. It'd feel like a test. Like this is a test. They're not really high right now. They just want me to. They want to see if I'm gonna do it. You know, like I feel like that's the vibe I get off of them if they were to ever smoke. But my mom even told me the other day. She was like, um, she was honestly like, son, I don't know what it is about this weed. I don't know why everyone's crazy about it in Spanish. She's like, but if everybody's on it, it gotta be something. Like I should do it too. I'm like, I started laughing because I know my mom would never do something like that.
she was like, "Hold up, they onto something."
Yo, no, she's not like that. She's like, I gotta try it too. If everyone's gonna try it, like, but I
Word.
think she's just saying that because she doesn't understand why not everybody's on it, but a lot of people are on it, and
Imagine how your mom would be
her 9 to 5s
if.
would be a lot easier.
Oh
A lot
yeah.
easier. Like we all gotta work, and it's tough around here, especially in this area. So I'm just saying, it's a lot of stress to deal with, and it gets me by. It really does. And people are like, "Oh, it's that's so bad that you have to use a drug or some sort of drug to get you by shit and stuff like that. Like you're not relying on yourself." But like in a way, I mean,
You kind of are.
not even. It's just like God gave us something, right? Like it's here for a reason. Might as well use it. Like yeah,
Right.
it'll kill you, but what doesn't?
Yeah.
Like everything in this world probably kills you in some way. Not
Hmm.
everything, but a lot of things. Like
Well, too much of anything is not good for you.
yeah, exactly. And I'm just saying, like you might as well like live your life relaxing, chilling, like not being stressed out about something like weed because again, it doesn't harm like it doesn't it's not like people are hurting people with it. You know, weed doesn't like make people or maybe it makes some people rational, but like that's because of them. It's not because of weed.
What are you painting on anyway? What are you working?
I'm making water right now, but it's not looking too hot, not gonna lie.
Ooh. What? That's beautiful.
Yeah, I know the camera probably can't see it as well, but it's looking it's looking kind of tough.
That is looking more than tough. That's looking
I
immaculate,
think you and me
bro.
both mean different kinds of tough because me is looking kind of tough as in it's getting hard to match the colors or make it look like water. It's because I'm trying to color over something. But I'm new to painting, so YouTube, don't cut me some slack.
Nah, you're fine. Y'all, tell him that his painting looks fire. Like, as it does. I think you need to cut yourself some slack.
When was the first time you ever smoked weed?
Um, I was like 14, 15. I was 15. I was 15 and I was outside of my old high school and I was like chilling with some new friends that I started hanging out with in school.
Hmm.
And you know, they're like these really cool people and I feel like a lot of people just like looked over them and like didn't say nice things about them, but it's crazy cuz these were actually some really genuine kids. And I would go smoke with them after school and the first time it was me and a group of like I want to say like 12 other kids, right? And we're all in different like classmen. So everyone's like, "Oh my god, you got a 5, you got a 5, you got a 5 cuz you could smoke in." And bro, it was like 12 heads and a 4 blunt scythe and I didn't even get high until like the last like blunt, the last like little roachy and I finally inhaled it properly.
Jesus
And when I did, it
Christ.
was literally the best thing ever. And for a really long time, I was just like smoking. And then I stopped. I took a very long break. And you know, it happens. Like I'll just like smoke here and there now, but I don't really smoke as often anymore. I mean, aside from like right now. But you know, when I'm out about in my day, I feel like I need to concentrate, or I'll just use it at night mostly, or if I know I'm not going to put my body or mind or challenge myself in any way. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, my first time that I smoked, it was in 21, like 2021, and I was with Nick, and I think I was with my friends Ivana and Caro and Chris too, Ben also. So it's like them, and we're like with a group of friends. I said all their names, Jesus, put their whole government out there. I was gonna
Mhm.
say I was there though, and I was going through a rough time because it was like I was like in a like relationship sort of, and it wasn't going so well. So I guess I like in a way you could say I succumbed to it, or like one day I was like, yo, just pass it. And they're like, you're not gonna do it. And then
Oh
like
my
I
god.
took three big hits, like big ones, like things that I shouldn't have done because I didn't know how to do it. And basically from there, when I took it, I just felt it took 10 minutes for it to kick in, but I felt so slow. Like I felt relaxed actually too. I wasn't as tense, and so many things were running through my mind. Like I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get the visuals like how many people say. Like a lot of people get visuals. I don't get visual stuff. Even when I'm on like shrooms, I
I
don't get like.
definitely got some visuals my first time.
Yeah,
I
no,
was looking at like cartoons. I was like, what the fuck is this?
yeah, like I was gonna say I didn't get like visuals like that, like crazy. I just got a lot of like thinking stuff, like thinking about a lot of shit, like philosophical stuff, like oh, what should I like do in my future? Like what should I do in my career? Like I started getting really deep with it, and I started accepting reality too, like how everything is, like how everything really is. Like I'm not trying to hide it. I'm not trying to like cover it up. Like I know that there was parts in my life that I needed to work on, and like believe it or not, weed helped me realize that. And I'm
Yeah,
just like,
same.
yeah,
Same.
it really slowed me down and made me think. Like it really made me like uh think about the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And that's also when I started getting into reading, and I started reading books like The 48 Laws of Power. Even though I didn't finish it, I'm gonna be honest, because it's that book is a tough book to read. Like it's a lot of tough shit that like I can't even like comprehend it just yet. Like not all of it or understand it, but there's other books that I read too that I was at peace with, like The Art of Peace. I've said this before though, throughout the first episode, I think, or the second episode, something like that. But The Art of Peace really helped me like calm down, and like it really helped me wind down and like relax and see the bigger picture. I wasn't mad anymore at anything. I wasn't mad at my sister. I wasn't mad at my dad. And like even now I feel at peace with
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, and that's the best part about it all, that you can like really look back and think like, oh shit. Like it almost it comes all within you, all the turmoil, at least for me, like. And I
Yeah.
notice in my projections are different ever since, or when I'm sober, rather versus I'm high, I feel like I function so much better in society, because I feel like I'm a very big believer on like chakras and stuff and like just spirituality. And I feel like everything can be so much more tangible in my own mind and more aligned. So,
Yeah, no, I get it. I totally get it. I was gonna say, yeah, weed is I don't know, it's a powerful thing, but it depends how you use it. It could be a bad thing or it could be a good thing, but I think overall for me, it's like it is a good thing, but people could look at me and be like, "Yo, you're biased," because everybody says that it's a good thing for them. But I mean, your actions show, right? Like
yeah.
I know what I'm doing. I know the things that I'm working on, and I feel like I am getting somewhere like in my life. Like I even told you this earlier, but just to let everybody know, like I do have an LLC going on, and
Hey.
obviously I just realized I should probably censor this, but yeah, no, it says it. It says CT Production Services LLC. So I have that in the
Yeah,
works.
let's give a
So
round of applause. Woo!
thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, and like I smoke weed. Like I smoke
Yeah,
weed. Like
right?
I literally
Right?
smoke weed, and you can get so much stuff done, but it's not weed that makes you a lazy person. It's yourself.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
guns don't kill people. People kill people. Weed like doesn't make you lazy. You're just a lazy person. You get me? So like it depends on how you apply yourself.
Right.
Again, you
And if you
can't.
get hurt from that, that's your fault.
Yeah, like if you have bad trips or you don't like it personally, you get anxiety and you have problems, okay, that's one thing. That's you tried it, you're done. But like I would recommend people to try it more. Like at least newcomers. Like it's a little scary at first, but as long as you have your friends, if you have any friends, like it should be fine. Like and even if you don't have your friends, like trip out alone. Like the way I like to see it, sometimes I like bad trips because I see it as an experience. I see it like, okay, I'm about to have some really deep fucking shit to think about, but
Yeah,
at least I will try to get through it on my own.
right,
It'll make me a stronger person. It'll make me have a new perspective, a stronger perspective.
right,
Those are the things that I obviously don't want, on
right,
my fears to come to life. So I'm gonna go to great lengths to become a greater person, at least greater than who I am today. Every day I'm trying to be better by like 1%,
right.
at least.
That
Like,
reminds me, like how there's always like a judge and a victim inside of everyone. There's like that one part of your brain that's like, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this, and like this is how you have to be. And then the victim is like whoever, the part of you that feels like obviously victimized. And the only reason why the judge is like saying any of that is because the only thing it wants is like for you to be good. Like, yeah, it's bad, but at the same time, like it keeps a bitch pushing.
yeah,
And when I'm high, I feel like instead of me attacking myself, then when I'm sober and this judge is being mean to me, I feel like when I'm high, I can actually calm down and like talk to myself like an actual human being, aside from the being I'm living through, if that makes sense.
I think the pros outweigh the bad. Like the cons are like you're more forgetful, you're a little bit slower. Like even though you could think more, you still feel a little bit slower. Your reaction time sucks. I mean, that's for some people. I know people that are crazy when they're high, like their reaction time, especially people that I know that play soccer. Shout out to my boy Jack. He's nice at soccer, and he'd be like that, like not all the time, but sometimes for sure. And I know he is too. I just know it. We all know it. But again, Leah, I enjoyed having this episode with you. So far, I got this part of the painting done, even though,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it looks nice. You guys can't see it, but I'm gonna just show like a picture on the side, like maybe like right here. You can see it. But I like how this looks. Like I'm not the best painter, but I'm getting somewhere. And being high gives me the patience to even paint this because a lot of people want to paint, but they never like sit down and actually like do it. I say you guys get a brush, get some paint, start painting, and who knows? I might do this a couple more episodes because this is
Yeah.
nice.
This
This is
is what
very
I
nice.
got from that one piece. It started off as a dingy old butterfly that somebody drew.
It looks nice. I like it. And I like the colors too. You color that fast.
Yeah.
That's how far you gotten. I mean,
Yeah.
this is from like 2 days ago. I just did the
Yeah,
water.
you just did the blue. It's beautiful
I'm gonna
though.
put the sky, and then I'm gonna make this clouds like
Mhm.
here.
It's giving very much earth.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. This is just a green thing I did on the side, but I mean art. It could look like that. It's all about perspective, right? Or like
No, it's
this.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It looks kind of cool upside down, but I don't know. I'm gonna try to work on more paintings. I have other stuffs in the work, but I'm not gonna show you guys. I want to finish it. But again, thank you, Leah, for joining us today on the podcast. And I would like to do this with you again very
Yes.
soon. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys follow her page on Instagram. It should be right above her head. And yeah, you should follow her page. And I think she's working on something soon for everyone.
Yes.
She has a
Yes,
couple
I
projects
am.
in the works for all of you guys. So
Yes, I am. I
again,
actually am a painter myself. I know this is like some bullshit art, but I actually do custom paintings of realism. So if you guys want, this is my art page up here.
hit her up, yo.
And you
Like, hit her
guys
up.
can hit me up to get whatever commission art you want.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So again, just hit her up, follow her on Instagram. She'll keep you posted. And as for me, I will keep you posted with everything as well. And I have a lot of things in the works for you guys. I haven't told you yet, but it's like right there. Like stay tuned and we're gonna get into it later on. I'll see you guys on the next episode and watch the previous ones if you haven't. See ya. You gotta say bye.
Bye. Okay.
Why you gotta make it so awkward? Why you gotta say why you gotta
Okay. Bye.
That's just so fake. That's fake. That's not it.
Okay.
That wasn't. You
Okay.
weren't in.